So what do you think about this weekend of football? Like Vic with the injury, calling out the refs, talking about why don't we get the 15-yard penalties. You think it's because he's black?
No, again, I heard that on 1310 The Ticket this morning from George Dunham.
So why isn't he getting the calls?
Listen,
Payne gets the calls, Brady gets
did
the
you
calls.
hear from the musers?
I
heard them talking about it, and they played the audio of Vic, and then the first thing they say is, well, now, do you think he was trying to say something else without saying it? And then George, of course, goes, I don't know. Oh, flub the kick. Oh, they flubbed the kick. Cowboys got it. Cowboys landed on it. I'm telling you, there's no way I'd rather go out this week. I'm going to lose this week on fantasy football, and there's no way I'd rather lose than by the Cowboy defense and Romo. It makes me so proud to lose because they're dominating.
Don't you know that the Cowboys don't care about you, Jeremiah? So why do you care about the Cowboys?
You're right, but I can't.
All you should do is worry about your fantasy win.
You are right, but I can't I can't take sports out of my head. I can tell you everything else isn't important in life. I can tell you that nothing else matters, but sports matter, man. Why does it matter that a bunch of guys with, that say they're from Dallas,
right, making millions and millions of dollars to play a game, right, just to work out.
Why any of it matters to me? Oh, that was awesome.
I think there's definitely some elite things going on with the NFL. I think the NFL players think they are above the rest of us swine and humanity.
I heard an interesting, or I read an interesting thing the other day. I read, by the way.
Why do you read?
I don't know.
Losers read that.
I don't know if a lot of people watching this show do that, but I read, and I was reading about how
I read Hustler.
And it never really crossed my mind, but like the NFL apparently breaks the Constitution by accepting taxpayer money to fund their stadiums, and then putting soldiers in there to do, let's say, performances or big things where they whip out the American flag and everybody cheers for these soldiers. Apparently, it's completely against the Constitution to have have our to have our troops there inside a taxpayer paid for stadium. Just kind of interesting, the NFL, but of course the NFL doesn't care about our Constitution. They care about money. And they care about brainwashing you. And how do they hook you in? By telling you that you need to care about your troops. And who was 81?
Right. 9/11 was a huge deal in the NFL. Everyone had the American flag gloves, everyone had the American flag shoes, right? So you could tell those guys definitely supported America. And they had the huge 100-yard flags over the field.
I support America. I support the real America, ladies and gentlemen. You don't live in the real America. We do.
Did you find it odd that the Twins...
If you're going to vote in 2012, or if you think voting is important in 2012, whether you vote or not, you don't live in the real America. In the real America, voting doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm going to vote for Paul in the primary. That's about the only vote I'm going to cast this year.
We're not going to have a primary.
Yeah. Every state's a primary.
No. You didn't hear about this?
No.
Oh, my God. Your governor called it off.
The Texas primary?
Yeah. He won the California, right? And the next one was Texas.
No one's won a primary yet. There's been straw polls, but no official
straw polls.
Yet.
Okay.
So no Texas straw poll.
Okay. Forgive me. Yeah. But that was pretty funny though. Rick Perry canceled
because he gets slaughtered.
The Texas straw poll because he knew he was going to lose to Ron Paul. It's just so funny that and I don't even think that's not even a big deal to me because that is what politics is. I mean, that's what politics should be. Like, you have the advantage as the governor to call something like that off, to one up your congressman. That's fine. That's politics. That's pretty out in the open, even though you want to admit it. I don't mind that stuff. I mind the Denver airport.
Right. The real stuff that's actually hurting, the world.
Yeah, the real behind the scenes politics. That kind of behind the scenes politics. That's fine.
You'll hear about that on O'Reilly Factor and all this type of stuff. but not in the real media. Are we the real media, Jeremiah?
We are the real media. I guess that's kind of what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
We are the real media. We're podcasting you. We're live streaming you. We're giving you a green screen produced show. We're sitting here plugged in. We're plugged in right now. We've got Raw live. Yeah. We've got, what is this? Cowboys versus Redskins Monday Night Football.
It's all tied up.
You don't believe me? We had some lemon juice. Oh, and I got a commercial going on back behind the game.
We had some limitations. Is that what it said? And right now I'm playing Jeremiah and mine our very good friend Shane on Word Feud. It's been a very bitter battle we've been playing for the past month. And
hey, hold on. What time is it?
It's almost 10.
We got like 5 minutes. I didn't even think. You should have jumped on Facebook and told some people to come watch us live.
I sent the link out on the page.
Oh, so we did put it on Facebook and nobody came and watched?
Yeah, well, surprise, huh?
Hold on, I'm not even going to say anything. This is all I have to say. Nobody came on our first show back. It's
Appreciate
okay.
it.
That's okay because I can't get into it right now. All right. Now let me just say, I think I'm going to start doing that show like I want to start doing the show like I'm strained.
Right.
Now,
you have a little weight on your back, on your shoulders.
Now I'm here watching the Cowboy game. This is my new broadcast voice. I did enjoy football this weekend. Ocho Cinco
missed that catch. Had to catch it, but he missed it right in his hands.
Tom Brady, unbelievable.
4 interceptions.
4 interceptions was still a fantasy point leader. Again, it all comes down to fantasy.
Yeah. You know, I was playing the guy who had Wes Welker.
I have Wes Welker.
200 fucking yards. 200 fucking yards.
55 points for me.
That's insane.
55 points for me, and I'm still going to lose this week. Because I lost Jamal Charles, and I think that's really it. I mean, if Jamal Charles was there, I'd probably hold on to this lead.
Yeah.
Although, with the fucking Cowboy defense coming up with an interception and a fumble block.
Yeah, it's pretty good numbers.
I mean, a field goal block.
Did you know
How do you block a fumble?
Did you know Mark Henry won the world title?
I did because you told me that the other day, and I didn't have any interest.
No.
So, unfortunately for Eddie hasn't watched one thing that's been going on here on Raw. Eddie hasn't given anybody a Raw give me a Raw update. Since you're so plugged in,
Truth and Miz
you're live here on the air.
I already talked about that.
Besides the Truth and the Miz from an hour ago, tell me one thing from Raw. Since you're such a
Hell in the Cell favors Alberto Del Rio. That's an obvious point.
There's an update for you. That's an obvious point. Who the hell would know that?
They're having a Hell in a Cell on Raw tonight on the Raw Super Show.
Oh my god!
Can't beat that.
No,
they're trying to get the ratings. They know.
Listen,
that they're very desperate.
Vince, stop with the Hell in a Cell on a Monday night. That's why nobody cares about wrestling.
That's why no order pay-per-view because they say the Hell in a Cell on the show before.
Why do I need to? Yeah, why do I need to order a pay-per-view Hell in a Cell when you give it to me every 2 months on Raw?
Right.
With that's the Elimination Chamber. Never mind. I was gonna say with 6
or
guys.
A cage match or whatever else.
They give you these same 4 matches with these different
same 4 guys
with these different guys. Alberto Del Rio and the Hell in a Cell. You remember when the Hell in a Cell used to mean something like?
When's the last one that meant something? Was it the Rikishi one where the Rikishi hit the bump off the top?
That didn't mean anything.
That was the last one. That was where the Hell in a Cell died.
That was when it. Yeah, that was when it jumped the shark.
Yeah.
It jumped the shark when they started cutting the holes into the fence so people could climb.
And they put the handle on the 2x4 so you can put your hand in there and climb the cage with it.
But if I can be honest for a minute,
go ahead,
I think about that Hell in a Cell a lot with Mankind and The Undertaker because those are 2 huge guys. At least in the 300s each, probably.
Yeah.
And I myself was out here. You know those they have those corner baseball
cages
up so you can bat against.
Right.
We've got one right here across the street. I took my son out there, and we were hitting some baseballs, and he threw one up on top of there on purpose, trying to see if he'd get it stuck.
It got stuck?
And it got stuck up on the top because it goes out like that. So I go, no problem. I'm gonna.
You saw Mick Foley do it. You saw Undertaker do it.
Yeah, these guys are 300 pounds. They climbed right up that damn cage. Let me tell you, I'm questioning everything about my life when I was halfway up. I was like shaking.
And your son was watching, right? So
my son was watching, so I was just like, make it look easy. And I came back down. I'm not kidding. For 5 minutes, my body was like in this shock. My hands and my feet. I was just like, oh, that was so painful from climbing a fence. And so, to be honest, I understand why the WWF did that, but understand that when you see Mick Foley and Undertaker climb it for real, when they climb back up and then slam each other off or through the cage, for real, and it wasn't rigged and planned, then it really means something. When you plan it and you hook a 2x4 because you know their guys are going to go up with it, and when you cut the holes in the cage because you know the guys are going to come up.
And you jimmy the ring so it collapses.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 minute
The
left.
final countdown.
Oh my god, let me grab it. Actually, I got enough of a beer here to chug. You need one?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, this is the final countdown. We're ending the show. Our first show back.
That's it. Hope you liked, hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, go fuck yourself.
That's true. To be honest with you, that's basically the point. And if you did like it,
We appreciate it.
again, come back any way that you need to watch it. Do you need to watch it live? Watch it Mondays at 8 o'clock.
Do you want to listen to it? You can listen to the podcast starting next week.
Bring up the podcast. If you want to
Watch a produced version.
watch a green screen show with lots of graphics and
Oh yeah, lots of
shit
graphics.
going on back here and under.
And Bot, our good friend Bot, he came back with us. So.
But we didn't even acknowledge.
Nah, he's used to it though. He's used to it.
He knows. He knows we love him.
All right, 9 o'clock.
So here we go.
Signing off.
Cheers.
For this week.
The show's not over until both these beers are done.
All right. Still mind control.
You want to just end the show?
Yeah, I think that's probably good enough right there. I don't want to throw up.